Hello, everybody, and welcome to ReGen D&D Rewind, episode number 4, the episode you've all likely been waiting for. We've got Mongoose in with us. Hello, Mongoose.
What up, brother?
Or, as we're now going to be calling you from this day forward, Jabronio.
Jabronio the engineer.
Get your Jabronio ass out of here. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, this is kind of neat. The last time I was in here for 5 seconds, I walked about this far, and it was totally different. So each time it's a little different.
Alright, interesting. Alright, so we're playing Diablo Light. Torchlight 2.
Torchlight 2.
And we're, of course, talking about our last ReGen D&D session, episode 4, which we've passionately titled Long Live the King. You want to give us a little recap on that, Mongoose?
Sure. Where did you guys start? Oh, you started in the guild house, having just dumpstered. Well, not quite dumpstered, but struggled through the summoned air elemental.
Should have dumpstered it, but we rolled really low.
Sure. And what do you guys do from there? You kind of just did a little housekeeping, and then went to a king's coronation anniversary celebration where you mingled a little bit. Grendel got a little bit of backstory stuff. And,
yeah, he's got a family. Who knew?
Who knew?
I figured he was probably created, not birthed. But
Then you went through the dinner and the music, and then the king was assassinated during one of the performances. You guys were summoned back to meet with the Queen Mother. She gave you a task. And you met with Nora and Jaden shortly thereafter, where you discussed what you would be doing, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Very, as we had talked about at the end there, very story-driven episode. A lot of really amazing RP. And who could have possibly seen the death of the king coming? Except,
Jeremy,
maybe everybody. Doesn't the king always die in these things?
I know.
Just don't want to be the king in an RP game, I don't think. But either way, it's went pretty well, I think, overall. About as well as we could have hoped for going to a party where the king died. We didn't get our heads chopped off, so that was a good start.
Always a plus. Jeremy didn't get caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
Right. Yeah. He got what he wanted without losing his head, so that was something. So, the interesting thing I get to deal with this episode of Rewind is that you're not going to be able to tell me everything because you know too much. But,
of course, that is true.
Of the stuff we do know, what are you looking forward to the most in terms of what we have coming up and what you've got on the slate that you can share?
This is kind of to the point where I, for the lack of a better term, the end of the railroad, if you will. This was kind of the point that I wanted to guide the party to, and this is where you guys are gonna guide the direction of the story significantly more to this point. It's kind of been the intro adventure, if you will. And,
right, the prologue.
Right, and so now from this point forward, it will be a lot more driven by what the party decides to do, and not that I don't, have an idea of where it's going, and what's going to happen. But if we've had A, B, and C so far, I have an idea of where X, Y, and Z are, but not all the letters in between.
Right. How are we gonna get there? That was I think the main question that was posed early and often after we got the news that we were supposed to go kill a lich a freaking lich. I think we'll be doing that at level 4, but
No.
you know.
Well, and don't forget, before you guys go slay the Lich, you have to convince the Dwarven King to let you into a secret underground city, and how to bypass their most ancient magical defenses to get there in the first place.
Hey, you know, I mean, the priest said that if we couldn't convince him, we were just gonna have to sneak in. So
Oh yeah,
either
no
way,
problem.
we're getting in there. You know, it's
Right.
it's a thing. It's happening. But also worth noting that even though some of our party members, I think, would really relish slaying the Lich, technically that is not what our actual mission was. It's to just
sneak in there and steal his stuff.
Sneak in there and steal his stuff. So if we can do that without killing him, all the more power to us, I guess. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. They wanted me to fish, but I'm really not in a fishing mood. Go to the
I'm just kind of clicking through stuff, basically. I don't even know what we're doing.
Nah, this is definitely a turn your brain off kind of game, which is important.
Perfect.
Glock36 says hello. And I will also say hello.
Hello, Clock 36.
Hello. Welcome to the stream. We're, of course, chatting about our most recent D&D session while we play this brand new game to us. So it's got good reviews.
Yeah, very good. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have monkeyed with it. It's actually pretty reasonably priced, too.
So I'm getting a ton of weapons, but no gear yet. No like armor or anything.
No, I've gotten...
Very interesting.
I've got a cool sword and a little, like a little thing for it.
May I assist you?
Okay, we got scrolls, we got potions. Interesting. Still no... Oh no, light armor tunic. Okay, we got...
We got an undone level up as well, by the way.
Oh, okay. Are we leveling up like as a party? Is that what's going on here?
Well, I leveled up, I assumed you did.
Yeah. Can I sell stuff? I'm confused.
Yep, you just bring it over and click on sell.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, shift click it. Okay, I got you.
I will say though, I'm a little excited for our Halloween one-off. I think it'll be a little different flavor. I think that'll be fun.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it would be enjoyable.
One-offs change the flavor a lot because you can just kind of pick something a little out there. You're not as concerned with, not that you want to kill off characters, but as not attached to the characters as much. You can be a little crazy with the adventure or whatever, because it's just...
I think we're not supposed to go down that path, Goose.
I don't think we are
I get
either.
this crazy feeling.
Why does this guy have a question mark over it? What do you want? Oh.
What's your question? Now I get it, Goose. It's a question mark.
Get it? Get it?
Wow.
Alright.
How many video games have I played and I never realized this? Alright. So yeah, I mean, what I'm really looking forward to is, like you said, the kind of the freedom of movement. And I feel like everything's not only been, obviously highly scripted. That's kind of how a prologue and the beginnings are meant to work. But also, I feel like has been really jam-packed. Like there's been barely any room for anything in between all of these big, events.
As Jeremy would agree with you, he hadn't found time to try to identify his source.
Right. Which is
Are you down here with me yet?
Yeah, I went into this this little place.
Oh, there you are.
Here.
You're the white dot over there.
Yeah. Follow the white dot. Well, I tell my friends anyway. Ooh. Treasure! Can I shoot up? No, I cannot. I cannot shoot upward. Let's go around. I'm a wizard. So, of the things that I'm definitely planning on trying to do in these coming episodes has got to be figure out what's going on with this whole guild mystery.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely on the checklist. Though I am also dubious of how long we can stay in Hastow and still look like we're, gung-ho to get on this mission.
Sure.
Because, of course, the Queen didn't give us a specific timeline for any of this, but she did mention her expectation of us leaving, fairly soon to get it started. I don't think we'll be... I'm starting to think we're not going to be well served by staying in Hastow for too long.
It's a distinct possibility.
But at the same time, it's like, I'd love to at least get like something like a writ, from the royal family, or something saying, hey, these guys are on official business.
Hey, I just gave you some kind of a wand.
Gave me a wand? Okay. Oh, I think I missed something down there.
Huh. I'm trying to figure out if I can pull the gem out of this. When,
I need your help.
Oh, they need my help.
You have received a quest.
You've got a quest. Yeah.
Well, there's news. Jeremy just casted his vote for the alternate thing, or alternate feat
Ooh,
system.
What did he vote?
For the alternate feat, he officially. Oh, never mind. He said he did it, and then I didn't look up there. He put thumbs up. So is that alternate? Oh no, that's you.
Thumbs up is alternate, yeah.
All right. I officially cast my vote for the alternate. I think what he's trying to say, if you speak Jeremy, is that he is voting the same way you are.
So then we just got to get 2 more on board, and then I get to get mobile at level 5.
Woo woo!
Yeah. I mean, I talked a little bit with Grendel about it, and he was interested in the possibilities. He really his priority is he really wants to get his wisdom leveled up.
Sure.
And so, but at the same time, he's looking at how he can do that with all these extra feats that give that 1 point of wisdom, but also give the additional effects. yeah, the additional effects on your character. There is a downside, obviously. If at level 4 you get the +2, then you get that bonus right at level 4. Whereas if you do it at 4 and 5, you do get those 2 extra feats, but you have to wait to get the actual +2 to your ability score until level 5. So, I mean, there is a slight downside, but it's a good, definitely a short-term loss for a long-term big gain.
Sure.
But
I think
then it
over the
doesn't scale as well into the later ones when you
I
can't
think
take
over
+2 at the later levels.
Yeah, I think over the course of a full character span, it doesn't really make that big of a difference, to be honest.
Yeah, they're just different
It's just a
kinds
little
of
different.
strength. Yeah.
The explanation they gave in the handout that it helps correct dead levels, which is ironic because 5th level isn't actually a dead level for you, but for a lot of classes, 5th level is kind of a dead level. Nothing really happens.
Right. No, for me, 5th level is doubly strong. But then, for instance, if I was to start multi-classing and going further than level 3, then level 4 would be good, but level 5 would be completely useless.
Right.
If I go into I get to level 5 as barbarian and then I go to level 5 as fighter, it's completely useless because actually I've already got extra attack and it doesn't stack.
Yep.
But in this scenario, doing 4 and 5 would actually be kind of worth it. It would give me 2 more feats, which I'd have to weigh that, of course, against how good my can I not just
I think my game may have frozen, which would feel
Oh.
bad, man.
Yeah, I think mine might also be, I'm running around and clicking buttons and it's not doing anything.
And nothing's happening? That's not a great start.
Oh no, there we go. Yeah, that healed. Huh? Let's see. Now the interesting thing is going to be, can you rejoin? If you can rejoin, are you going to be able to come back into the game with the same character? Are you here?
All excellent questions.
Jabronio! No!
It took that long to do it. I finally, after I'd already told it like 10 minutes ago to close out.
Don't mind me. I'll just get good gold and items while you're gone. A chipped axe. That doesn't seem very good. Red Bolt Ring of Curing. Okay. Requires level 8 or focus level 14, which I guess I have.
I have no idea what that means.
Right. Oh, look, I've got gems. Let's just toss those puppies in there. Okay, shoulder. Put on an amulet. Alright. Now I'm invincible.
I am here.
Welcome back.
I don't know where you are, but I am here.
Well, you know, I'm here. Just the other here.
Are you in town, or are you somewhere out in the wilderness?
I'm out in the wilderness. Out here in the fields.
I'm trying to backtrack our steps here. Yeah, it's been a it's been an interesting dive for me because it's been many years since I spent any amount of length of time
Right.
in D&D. Like, Jeremy ran a session or started a campaign about 5 years ago. Oh, this is not where we were. And we played like 3 or 4 sessions, and then some of the people like weren't real reliable, and it just kind of didn't work out. And then before that, is there a way to like just teleport to you? 'Cause that would be super cool.
Now you're just asking for Diablo shit.
Oh. I
You
think
know
I
this
found
game is
where
Diablo.
I think I found where I froze out. I think.
Okay.
I think.
What have we?
Oh, I see your white dot. It's out in Nowheresville, but I'm running over there.
Yeah, I only had the pleasure of playing D&D once before for about 3 hours. It was a one-shot that we did in BlizzCon with my raid guild. And it was very fun. The DM was really good, really well prepared. His wife and another member of our guild had painted us a bunch of minis and let us keep them, which was really cool. And yeah, it was a really fun time. It was my first time playing, and I played a barbarian, so I'm kind of a one-hit wonder at the moment. It's I get to branch out a little bit here around Halloween, so
Go.
that'll be fun.
What has made this interesting from my end is, like, so before that, we played a lot when I was in college, so that was longer ago than I'd like to admit. But so probably 15 years ago, and that was 2 whole editions ago. Is this like a boss? This feels like a boss. I'm dying. Oh my god.
does seem a bit more to kill it for sure. Oh god, spawning more!
So, you know, edition 3, edition 3.5 is it different? But even like frankly, what's an even bigger deal than the edition change, and I really like 5th edition. I think it's better in a lot of ways. Oh my god, look at all this crap I have in here. Hold on, I actually gotta go through all this stuff.
Have the requirements for that. Are there requirements for any of this stuff? I don't think. Got an ice wand and an ice surge wand. A mouse gun? What are these names?
I don't know.
Alright, well, anyway.
But the amount of resources available is a little unreal, frankly.
Oh yeah. Uh-oh. That guy looks scary. Yay! Goose is tanking for me. I've never experienced this before in a video game.
But especially if you know when we put this on the campaign on hiatus, if you haven't checked out DM's Guild, you really should.
Oh yeah.
DM's Guild is incredible, and one of the things with 3rd edition that was good, but
Hashtag cheese.
was like there were so many books, and they had these things called prestige classes, which is basically like subclasses now are like the kind of evolution of prestige classes. They just bake them in, but so you would like start off as a fighter, and then you would become like find a prestige class that was maybe like a super 2-weapon fighter if that was your thing. So you had to meet the requirements, and you got these. But there were so many prestige classes by the end, and like so many books and so much content, it was like a little bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
And the number of rules in 3rd edition was pretty crazy.
Well, I mean, there are a lot of rules now. You're saying there was more?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Like yeah, the 3rd edition rules were far more robust. And not necessarily in a good way. I think it was a. Oh, hey, I got to pick some more skills. I didn't see this.
Oh yeah, huh? Stop throwing shit at me. I'm trying to build my character.
Gotta pick skills. So like the design, I think that the design philosophy in 5th was a lot more like, we're gonna give you these kind of kind of basic rules or guidelines that are more applicable and more malleable, whereas like 3rd edition would kind of spell everything out a lot more implicitly.
Yeah.
So the barrier to entry was a little bit higher, and I think just the design on, I think, the edition was a lot more clean.
Oh, look at that. That was fancy. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, that I think that's kind of the pattern of games a lot of times. They get more and more complicated as you figure out more and more stuff and develop the game more. And then eventually it hits that point where people are just like, okay, I can't get into this because it's too confusing. So eventually you see it scale back a little bit to allow people to, you know, be able to come back into the game if they're new, or come back if they've been gone for a really long time.
Like if you look at 5th edition, it's got, you know, a handful of skill proficiencies and tool proficiencies. There are probably something like, I don't know, 10 or 12 of them in total. And in 3rd edition, there's probably 3 times that much. For example, you know, like in 5th, you have like make a perception check, right? And in 3rd edition, that there wasn't a perception check. There was a listen check. There was a spot check. There was a search check. They were all their own separate things. And instead of having like one proficiency in it, you would get like, you know, somewhere between 2 and 8 skill points depending on your class, and you get these bonuses of like, I have a plus 15 to search. So you get these like just kind of weird number. Oh, that is a big dude.
More skillful.
He's big, but is he strong? No, you're just
Apparently not.
destroying him. I'm not. I was barely touching him, but you just walked up and just annihilated him.
Well, walk slowly and carry a big sword, I guess.
All right. Well,
Whoop, whoop. I was trying to pick stuff for my level up, you jerks. Oh, he just smacked you into oblivion.
well, it just knocked me really far, but hurt me all that much. Yeah, I think magic doesn't do much to these guys.
Sure doesn't seem to, does it?
No, I think I'm tickling them. I think they're punishing me for playing a kiting class.
Oh, that was neato.
No, too.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's I think we got a good group too, which is always nice. A new group playing together can always be a little hit or miss. So
Right.
I mean, it's not totally new. I've interacted with you guys, you know, in some various ways. So I had a feeling it would work out good, but
Yeah. And not a single stranger to you on this group, that's for sure.
no, definitely not.
And a lot of us didn't know Jeremy, but that's, you know, pretty much it. We all certainly knew each other.
So I mean, like I've been.
And it seems like Andrew's been having a lot of fun.
Yeah, he has. He seems to be really getting into it, and it's cool to get to hang out with Andrew more too.
Yeah. I mean, he, of course, is brand new to D&D, but is picking it up pretty well, I think.
Totes, yeah. Well, that's partially, I think, a byproduct of 5th edition is fairly accessible. Oh my God, there's a lot of these guys.
Yeah. Well, now there's not. That ability feels a little broken, but alright.
Yeah, it seems to be doing okay. I did sink points into it, but
Very nice. I'm just glad it's on my team.
yeah, and it's I like 4th level is to me the sweet spot of D&D is like 4th to like I don't know, maybe about 10th level, 12th level.
Okay.
Because that's when like you can really start throwing creative things at you guys, and you're not overly worried about just obliterating you. But at the same time, you're not so ridiculously powerful that you know you're difficult to challenge. You know.
Right. Missed.
Ow. Ow.
Whoa, wait a minute. I was going off there like there was some sort of cooldown, but I can throw these out way faster than I thought it was. That's my
Time to
problem.
machine gun it. You completed your quest. You can use the town portal.
I completed a quest?
No, I did.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Quest complete. So how do we use town portal? Let's see.
There's a little scroll at the bottom.
Oh yeah, waypoint portal. Yeah. I guess it's at 0. There we go.
Cool. I'll take your portal. We're going to... Where are we going? To Temple Steps, I guess? Oh.
No, this is where we started. I think we want to go back to,
Ethrian Enclave?
yes, that one. That's the one. So yeah, level 4.
Whoa.
Glad you made it.
Shit, why do you guys keep doing that? Oh, that's fine.
Rune Master armor. That's fancy. All right. Trying really hard not to think too hard about all this stuff, Goose, but
In this game,
yeah, but it's shiny.
I know there's a lot of shiny stuff in here.
I know. I wanna look at it all. I wanna read all the stuff, but we gotta talk about D&D.
I think maybe the best way to do it is to just kind of Q&A might be the best way to do it because I can't answer stuff from the player's perspective per se.
Wait, is that you asking me questions or
No, the other
around?
way, the other way around. Although
Yeah.
I mean that could go two ways, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, so, yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to ask you that I think you can actually answer because, well, first of all, like we've been developing the story. You had mentioned that, you had a plan for how long it was going to last, how long we were going to be doing this campaign, and then it
Correct.
kind of is extended. What are your thoughts on it at this point?
Well, it's going to be fluid because it's hard to predict how quickly you guys will work your way through stuff. I'm usually a session or two out just in case. There was one session you guys went through a lot more than I thought you would, and there was another session where you guys went through significantly less than I thought you would, so it's a little bit hard to predict.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, especially in this kind of, like... in this kind of, like, middle area that, where I'm not quite sure what you guys are going to do, so, like I know where it's going to go, and I know what's going to be the culmination of the campaign, and about more or less what's going to happen when we get there. So just I was kind of I got a feeling it was a combination of I got a feeling with the party's pacing, and I came up with a couple things that I thought would be neat to work in there somewhere. Is what led to that comment of I think it's going to take a little more than I thought it would.
Yeah.
FYI, you can put like collars and tags on your dog or whatever animal you got.
Alright, well, that's alright. My cat's okay. I just need to figure out where we're going next.
How about this guy? Oh, we have to go to the warp. Oh, did I do that? Oh, make sure you collect your rewards then.
I think I already got stuff from him. He doesn't have anything for me.
Because you have to like turn in your rewards to get the...
State your business. You just get here?
skill respec. Oh, here, let's go to the question mark giver.
I must be on my way.
Yeah, it said protect the guardian. So let's see. Discover the wandering temple in the temple steeps.
Must be over here. Here it is. Found it.
Tips are helpful.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm frozen now. Oh no, there we go. Alright, well this is where we were before. Just apparently didn't discover what we needed to discover.
Yep.
So I guess we're wandering around.
You back in here?
Yeah, I'm back in the temple steeps.
Oh, I just went to the portal. I found a... You go to like to the very entrance, not the portal part of it, but like the actual entrance. I found some stuff we didn't hit.
Oh, alright. I don't even see your dot anywhere. I'm so
Yeah, it's
confused.
just we're on a different loading screen.
Alright, I'll just
Like,
go
I didn't
back
portal,
here.
just walk to the.
I'll just walk back where you were. I think I know where you went.
There's 2 in here actually that we haven't done yet.
Alright, so maybe I should try to ask you some questions that you obviously can't answer. Is Conris gonna die?
I mean, I don't think that's set in stone.
Okay. Let's see. Will I still find Harold if I go looking for him?
Yes, I know where he is.
Okay. How hard is it going to be to find the leader of the big thieves guild?
Not very.
Okay. How dangerous is it going to be to find him?
I suppose that depends on what you do when you find him.
All right, that's fair. That's obviously who I... Well, never mind. I can't talk about that. Let's see. Which master does Emin really serve?
You'd have to ask him.
All right, fine.
You have gained an experience.
Level up to level 7, huh? Nice. Ooh.
Fancy.
I should have come with a list of questions, Juice. I was obviously not
Well, you know,
prepared
I mean,
for this session.
you could even because in this kind of a thing, it's a little hard to speak DM to player, right? Because I don't want to ruin it for you guys.
That's fair.
Right? So I mean, but we could even just talk general D&D or questions on DMing or playing or whatever. It doesn't even need to be on the game necessarily.
How much of it is prep, and how much of it so far for you is make it up right on the spot?
Oh, what are you doing, dude? Why is my guy lost? Oh, because there's nothing to do over there.
Yeah, it's just a blank corner.
It's a weird pathing thing.
Right, yeah.
Hey, here we go. Found it.
Trying to click up onto the ledge, but...
Up to this point, it's been more prep than improv, but that's going to change. So I think the best way to do that is... partially you have things... What's going on there? Things available that you can kind of... Encounters that aren't necessarily place dependent, that you can kind of move around as needed. But you know, sometimes you guys go off on tangents that I didn't really expect you to do, and in those cases, you know, that has to be totally made up as needed. Thus far, I think you guys have only done that to me a couple times so far, but if you can't tell the difference, that's good.
No, I don't think I've really had a whole lot of, you know, oh, I wonder, you know, I wonder if this was planned or not moments.
Yeah, Jeremy could probably spot those a little easier simply because he knows me pretty well and we've played before. Like when we were talking off to the side, he even said, "Oh yeah, you did this when this. Oh, we just came from there. Did we finish what we needed to do down here?"
I didn't see anything else, but we can go through it again.
Well, the quest giver's right here.
Okay, yeah, I mean we can. Yeah,
Yeah,
we can
didn't
go back
find
in.
Yeah, we were talking. I don't even remember what it was. He's like, "Oh yeah, when we did this, you totally had to pull that in your ass." I was like, "Oh yeah, totally." But you know, there's ways to prepare for that too. You know, this is all good advice you'll find online, but having a list of names just off to the side is
Yeah,
good.
it's random names.
Yeah.
Nice. They're like, oh, Conris.
Yep. And you know, and over the internet as opposed to in person, like I can have name generators and stuff off to the side, and you guys will, you know, you never know. Whereas like in person, you can kind of see them futzing around with, you know, charts or lists off to the side too.
Right. I mean, but that's an experience that any DM would have. The number of times
sure.
I've watched Matt Mercer have to sit there and be like, give me a second, let me consult my notes. You know, like that's
for sure.
That's just a natural part of it.
And most of the time when you're consulting your notes, it is something that you have ready, So the fact that you have it ready, you don't want to get it wrong from what the hell was that? You don't want to get it wrong from what you have written down.
Right. Or from what you established earlier, you know, like
That too.
you gotta try to be consistent when you pick a path.
Absolutely. And let's level up this bad boy.
Yeah, let's try this. I'm gonna try a new ability. Oh, that's kind of neat. It's bouncy.
That's spicy.
Okay, you know, this game's starting to grow on me a little bit. But this room seems kind of empty. Oh no, there it is. It's a bathtub.
It's a, you know, pretty straightforward little hack and slash.
Yep.
That's what I remember Diablo being.
Yep, Diablo's gotten a little more complicated, but the core gameplay is still pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the kind of game that I don't want to have to pay, you know, really a ton
AAA
of
money for.
Yeah, well, and a ton of attention to, you know, like
Yep.
I don't want to have to. It really irks me in Diablo right now that you have to, in order to be even viable, you have to go and search like what your best builds are. Like, well,
Yeah.
why can't I just build, you know, as any abilities I want into my class and be decent?
Yep.
But Blizzard's games have always been very meta-gamey,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
so you know that's all right. That's just kind of how they do things. Now all of my stuff is blue. I like it. Alright, so DM questions. By the way, anybody who's hanging around in chat or watching, you guys can also ask questions. I'll pass them on to Mongoose. I'm always keeping one eye on the chat over there. Though I'll be honest, Goose, I don't think we told anybody when we were doing it this week, so those guys might not even realize.
No.
Oops. Well, you know.
Oh well. Such is life.
Yep, what can you do, really?
What are you doing up there? Get out of there.
Fight me, coward!
Kinda, yeah. How about this? What character are you looking at for the Halloween one-off?
I mean, I kind of just want to go as opposite as possible from my regular character, so the first thing that comes to mind is Wizard.
Like just a squishy ass wizard?
Right. Though also the Wizard kind of is the high risk, high reward style that I'm planning on playing with my Barbarian anyway. So, in a lot of ways it's similar, sort of, but...
I've always wanted to, if I ever got the chance, and like, oh hey, look, a boss sort of guy. He just pulled himself off the wall. That's creepy. I've always wanted to, like, you know, like in the buyback system, how you can like basically you know, like 15-15-8-8-8, something like that.
Right.
Like do a wizard with like, oh, it's a mimic. Oh my god, how sweet. It's very D&D. Like do an old man wizard, like super high intelligence, super high wisdom. You know, maybe even super high charisma, but just like stupid low physical stats.
Right. Complete mess physically. And
not start at like 18 level, like you start your gaming adventure career when you're like 65 for reasons. You're like,
I'll show those young people.
Those young whippersnappers.
Man, that is an old person word if I've ever heard one. Good old whippersnapper.
Get off my lawn! How did I walk by all this stuff over here before?
I don't know, but this is definitely we've definitely been here before, and I don't know where we're going.
Well, we got to
There's no dot on the map, Goose.
I know. I don't
How
know
am I supposed to know where to go?
The quest giver is at the very beginning of the dungeon, so I think we just got to work our way back to where we came. Was that up here? I'm gonna say that was over here. It's my story.
Oh,
Sticking to it.
could very well be.
Yay, we found it.
Maybe we finished it already. And we have what he wants?
I need your help.
Nope. I have not done whatever she's asking
What
me
are
to
we
do.
supposed to do? No. Damn it. So maybe we gotta go back in there. What do you want us to do? I suppose we should have read this.
No, we don't need to read it. Let's just go do something else.
Fine. All right, well,
Screw
I
you.
do want to look through my inventory,
I
though.
killed everything in there.
Are
That
you using
wasn't enough
wands?
for you.
These are
I am using wands, as it turns
These are all
out.
level 2. These are all level 2 wands, so you're not gonna want any of those.
A walking staff, you say? This one has a little more damage. Knuckle Buster, huh? Interesting.
After all that crap, only one of them was an upgrade. I guess that's good.
Yeah. Lots of stuff to sell, I guess.
Suppose so. But I was really stoked, actually. Like, I've been kind of reading past the basic books, and
Yeah.
there's some really cool subclasses in like Unearthed Arcana and Xanthar's Guide to Everything.
Right.
There's some really cool stuff in there.
Alright, so how difficult is it gonna be for us to find magical weapons in our because this world is maybe a little bit less magical,
It is
than
a
others,
little on the low magic side.
but how
as
is
we're
that
going-
going to apply to magical items that we find in terms of loot?
I'm gonna be. Oh, crap, we've been here. They'll be scattered in there. Maybe at a slightly lower frequency than, you know, a traditional. Shit, we've already been here too. Do we need to go up and around to the left? I think. Maybe in a slightly lower frequency, but you guys will still get them. I mean, you've already gotten one.
That's
And
true.
Technically, potions and well, 1.5 even. The mithril. It's not quite magical, but it's on the, you know, it's on the magic item chart, if you will.
Right. Here's some undiscovered stuff, finally. I'd be really interested to see what happens with me trying to basically make Tradition of Rejects into a basically a charity guild for the city. I don't know how that's gonna work out, but
Hey, you leave my ferret alone. Stop it.
I thought he was your goose, your mongoose.
Yeah. Ferret, mongoose. It's in the
That's-
weasel family.
They're all a bunch of weasels.
You have become
Level 8.
My dad actually had ferrets as
I
pets.
can't carry anymore.
Growing up there, they're pretty cool little animals.
State your business.
With the one ferret was we had these steps in the backyard, and in the winter they would put on a few pounds. So in the winter he was too fat to climb up the steps, and in the summer he could. It was pretty funny.
This is where we started.
Is it?
Yes. This is the first place we popped out.
Well, we haven't been over here yet.
Yes, yes we have.
No, I guess right here. No, there's areas over here we've been to.
I mean, I've been to all these places.
Oh, Maybe this is when I caught up with you, so I haven't actually been over here. That's why in mine it's all blacked out.
My pack is full.
So what are you supposed to do? Discover the Wellspring Temple and the temple steps.
Oh.
And
Wait a minute. Strength 12. So I have 35 stat points? Is that what I'm seeing? Okay, so I should be putting it in focus because I'm all about magic damage. We're going all out, boys. We're putting it all into focus. I had 25 stat points that I apparently had not used yet.
oh, really? I've been kind of slowly putting them in.
Alright, well now I should be a god. Good to know. And now there's nothing to kill. Feels good, man.
That's right. What's over here? That's the wayport. Okay. Any place over here we haven't been? Ah.
So
Okay.
how far have you made it into Critical Role?
I actually, not that I stopped listening, but I started listening to different content. I think I'm on episode, I don't know, 9 maybe?
9?
Yeah. Well, you kill those guys, I'm fishing, by the way.
Alright, well you just keep on fishing.
I don't have enough mana.
Don't have enough mana.
I can't carry anymore. I can't carry.
I really gotta go back to town. I can't carry anymore.
Alright, well, let's go to the portal.
No,
Oh, hey, there's a big scary guy here.
I don't care. Leaving. Be interested to see how much pressure we get to leave town before we decide to. I think right now the plan is something along the lines of stick around in town for about a week. I'd really like to be able to take at least a little bit of advantage off of those fancy tokens we bought. You know, get some of the contracted work done.
Sure.
Trinket, say.
Oh, I have a primary and a secondary weapon set. I did not realize that.
Huh. Well, now you know.
Are you finding anything worth buying in here, by the way?
No,
Dynamite,
but I haven't been
potions,
looking too hard.
armor. I haven't found no armor, no weapons here. What about? Oh, here's an armor. Here's a weapon guy over here. Oh, here you go.
Yes.
I feel like wands typically are one-handed, but it doesn't really say.
Hmm.
How much gold do I have? Oh yeah, tons.
I wonder who sells the crystals. sell crystals? You not. You sell potions and other shit.
Have we met?
Alright. Oh, this is skill respecialization. Good to know. Alright then.
Yeah.
Wellspring Temple in the Temple Steps. So we can warp straight to the Temple Steps.
Yep. We can indeed. One thing that I found concerning in the first couple of level ups is that I feel like we are having a lot more tragically low HP increase rolls than, like really successfully high ones.
I agree, yeah.
So I'm like, oh no, our party's squishy.
That was actually one of the things that I was looking at when I'm kind of, looking over kind of people house rules and things feel about the game, and if and when we ever start another one, it's one of the things I would adopt is I like the rules that make the game more deadly and like feel more permanent. But the flip side of that is they're more generous with how they do their hit HP dice. Like if you roll like a 1 or a 2, you get to re-roll that type, or roll 2 of them. You always roll your hit point dice with advantage, that type of thing, to offset the deadliness of the game, and so someone doesn't get screwed with dice rolls.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's just up to, a group's discretion in general.
Oh, totally.
Is,
Yeah.
how realistic do you want it to be in terms of chance?
Right, and I think it's a fair balance if the DM, if you're going to say, hey guys, I'm intentionally making, we're going to use wound tables, and this is going to be a more deadly game, and the flip side of that is we're going to make sure that you have the hit points to account, to account for that.
Right. So what do you think of tough as a feat?
Which one's that one?
So it when you take it, it increases your HP by 2 times your player level, and then every level gain you gain after that, you get 2 more HP on
Sure.
top of whatever else. So basically, yeah, it's like a retroactive and then permanent +2 for each level you have for health.
It's fine with me.
I meant more like your opinion of it versus other.
Oh, I think it's fine. I mean, it just kind of depends on what you're trying to go for, I think, as a PC.
Right.
My guy's literally carrying a cannon.
Well, that was some stuff.
Yeah, that was a lot of stuff.
Alright, let's see what's over here.
A locked golden chest. I can unlock it.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Where are you going?
Yeah, you are. You're just bazooking things now. That's pretty well done. I think, by the way, it was Carve the other day that popped into our chat and was saying that not only was he a little disappointed that he didn't get an invitation to play, but commenting that you're the best DM he's ever seen doing playing online.
Well, that was nice of him.
Yeah.
Just means he hasn't watched the real pros, but it was still nice. I appreciate it.
Well, I don't think anybody's expecting any of us to be like the
no,
pros.
I don't think so either.
Like, I would feel sorely out of place on, at a Critical Role table.
You think? I don't really do voices.
Right. Like, okay, I guess I'm gonna try this. Hope I don't look stupid. Still locked. Feels bad. Gotta find the key.
That's exactly what that means. I haven't found the key yet. This is a fun little game. Nothing crazy,
Yeah.
but
It's
it's a nice.
definitely
nice.
relaxing.
Yeah.
It's relaxing. Hit buttons. Explore this nice little layout.
Well, how much more we got, Jay?
Well, you know, not really a big, heavy time limit on it. We've been going for about an hour.
That's probably about right.
Yeah. So, you know, if you're good. Unless you have
Yeah.
any questions you want to ask me.
Well, no. I'm curious to see what you guys do Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, me too. We really haven't talked much about what our plans are. You're like, all right, so tell me what you want to do. And we're like,
I don't know.
I mean, I think I mentioned that I'd kind of like to stick around for about a week to prepare and get going, but
Sure.
Mongoose 21 says we kill everything.
That's Jeremy.
I know. I know.
Okay.
Yeah, on Tuesday we kill everything. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna leave the town, then it's probably a good idea for us to kill and loot everyone in the town.
Yeah, just go scorched earth on it. Everything on your way out the door.
Kill everything, especially the liches. Especially liches. Okay. Well, yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna call it Jay.
All right. Well, then back to town we go. Thank you very much for joining me.
Yeah, honestly, it's not quite as interesting as listening to 2 players, but still fun. And I get to play with my boy.
Yeah, I didn't have quite as many questions lined up as maybe I could have. We could have maybe tried to peel back a few of those secrets out of you, but you know,
I mean, would you really want to?
no, not really. I want the mystery. All right, well, you know, hey, if we're not around playing together or anything else, then I guess we'll see you on Tuesday.
I look forward to it, but we'll probably chat with you before then.
Oh, sure. We'll be around on Discord at the very least. But
Absolutely.
all right, and thanks for everybody who tuned in. And
Good night, Twitch.
good night.